news and I read about how the other day they found all these dinosaur footprints in Beijing. So I did some Googling on the topic about dinosaurs and whether or not they're real.
Whoa, 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 whoa. You heard on Fox News or CNN that the Chinese discovered dinosaur footprints, and that inspired you to research whether or not dinosaurs existed? Well, at least she has done some research. Let's see what she has come up with to support her theory.
And I found out there's actually a book called How to Make Your Own Dinosaur Out of Chicken Bones,
which you can purchase on Amazon for the low price of $1. Hopefully this book is not the extent of her research. Also, I wonder what this has to do with her theory that dinosaurs do not exist.
It really got me thinking, is there a whole group of people, a whole huge group of people that are actually fabricating evidence to perpetuate the myth of dinosaurs for whatever reason?
So you're suggesting that millions of people, both scientists, world government leaders, and regular civilians across the world, are in on this conspiracy, and none of them have accidentally or purposely exposed the truth to the world. Seems kind of unrealistic.
Back in the day, archaeologists and paleontologists were all new. Maybe they just wanted to have a job, and they just gave themselves the name paleontologist, and it, over time, just got totally blown out of proportion.
No, first came the discovery of dinosaur bones, then came the paleontologists. It's like suggesting there were airplane pilots walking around with nothing to do in 1902.
I mean, all science really starts as theory, right?
Downsizing the credibility of science by stating it is all based off of nothing but theories. I don't think you know what that word means.
There's a whole bunch of dinosaurs that really look like animals that we know about. Dinosaurs also kind of look like giraffes, elephants, rhinoceroses.
Yes, it's strange how regardless of what time period or region you are in, there are always animals that fill in a specific natural role in their environment. It's strange how this always happens in nature. I wonder why.
I really looked deeper into it, and apparently there have been no dinosaur discoveries that we know of before the late 1800s.
People have been discovering dinosaur bones since the dawn of time, but only in the last 200 years has anyone figured out what these bones belong to. Most thought they belonged to dragons, giants, and other mythological creatures. Now, the first credited discovery of a dinosaur bone was by Robert Plot in 1677, a naturalist who believed he had discovered the femur of a giant. Only a century and a half later, in 1824, was it identified as the dinosaur Megalosaurus. Now, what was this about the late 1800s? I thought you did research.
Which I thought was pretty odd. I mean, how come the Native Americans never found any dinosaurs?
Another big lie. I don't know what she is using for research, but even answers in Genesis would be a more reliable source of information. Native Americans had known about dinosaur fossils for thousands of years. It had even influenced many of their cultural and spiritual beliefs. Also, early paleontologists in the Americas had relied upon information provided by local natives to locate dinosaur fossils.
So some evidence of these dinosaurs are found in the late 1800s and the early 1900s, but it's not just that. There were a lot of discoveries made during that period.
And this period was called the Bone Wars, also known as the Great Dinosaur Rush. A new resource was discovered and people went out to search for it, just like any other gold or oil rush.
I mean, it's kind of like one person maybe got the idea, and then all of a sudden everybody was doing it. And it just seems convenient to me that all of these dinosaur remains were found when there was a whole bunch of people that stood to profit off of these discoveries.
Paleontologists and museums don't actually make a lot of money. You'll notice in a lot of documentaries they actually send college students out to do all the hard and dirty work for them. Now, toy companies do make a lot of money off of dinosaur toys, but I hardly think that's what Marianne, Richard Owen, or Buckland had in mind in the early 1800s, considering dinosaur toys didn't really catch on until the 1970s, according to dinosaurtoycollectors.com. Yeah, it's a real site.
It's not just archaeologists and paleontologists, but also think about it, Hollywood. Like, how many millions of dollars did Jurassic Park make?
Oh, look at how much money Hollywood is making off of science fiction. Hollywood has movies about dragons, zombies, space aliens. They don't need to get involved in a massive worldwide conspiracy to make money off of these fictional creatures.
Maybe you guys just want to believe what a science book or your teacher says without ever really thinking about it for yourself and actually thinking, wow, this really doesn't make sense.
It just didn't make any sense to her that animals can get buried under mud and be preserved there for a long period of time. Come on. I'm a carpenter and I knew this stuff in preschool.
How come a dinosaur skeleton has never been discovered by a random person, like a farmer or a hiker or anything? It's always these paleontologists or archaeologists who all stand to profit off of their discoveries.
I don't think I can watch her video anymore. She has obviously done absolutely no research on the subject of paleontology. Ranchers and farmers and even hikers find fossils of dinosaurs all the frickin' time. Just a quick Google search would tell you this.
I mean, that sounds like a good idea to me. Make something up and then make money off of it.
Like your fortune-telling videos?
Like, I could sit here and say, you know what? I found out that unicorns are really real, and then put together using clay or whatever they use a unicorn skeleton, and then maybe people will believe that unicorns used to exist too.
You're not going to believe this, but some people actually do believe in unicorns.
And how come the bones can only be seen someplace where you have to make a donation? Like, how come I never see it just like at the side of a road with like a bunch of flowers and crap around it, like the American flag sometimes? Like, it's not free to see a dinosaur skeleton.
Nobody wants to work hard or provide services for free. This is the Democratic Republic of the United States of America, not the Democratic People's Republic of Korea.
And so if dinosaurs lived millions of years ago, which isn't even possible.
Please explain how it's impossible.
Think about it. Do you know how deep the bones would have to be? Like, why would anybody want to dig that long? I just, it just does not make sense to me. And if you dug millions of years into the earth, then wouldn't you hit the core at that point? Like, millions of years ago, like, you would have to dig that deep.
This might shock your puny little mind, but the Earth existed long before there were dinosaurs living on it.
I think dinosaurs are fake. It's made up. You guys have been lied to since you were kids.
Why you always lying? Oh my God, stop fucking lying.